What?
I have never seen a chipmunk in my life at the farm, and I just watched one run. What's he gonna do to the dryer? Oh man.
Well guys, welcome back. It's a beautiful spray day today. So we're gonna get 2 sprayers going. We've got one doing soybeans. I'm with this truck, gonna be tending. We'll see how we get along with this thing. We're gonna be tending Brody with soybeans. Jordan's gonna be tending Eric on the corn acres, and then we got some black beans to do this afternoon. So it's gonna be a crazy day at tending. We're gonna burn through some water. But our hope is today to end corn spraying. We should be able to get that done today. I think he's got about 600 acres to do, so I think that's achievable. Jordan gets the nice rig. Hello, Jordan. And then we got Mitchell. He's working on the bulldozer. I guess the air conditioning quit in there, so it was working 2 days ago, and now it's not working, so he's coming to check it out.
I don't have no work to do.
I was thinking about that.
I have no idea. It looks like right about here you ended.
Yeah, you can tell by how the grass is still growing. But yeah, as far as headlands go, I started here, did that way, down on that end, I sprayed up to the approach.
So the spray is a lot.
Master, it's nice square rows.
Unbelievable. What did you do here? Did you cut off your section so I can get on my track?
Yes, where you planted up to, I had to spray 30 feet only. So we have 2. This is the planting tractor. We just hooked it up, and for some reason we don't have a coverage map, or it didn't share for some reason. Whatever. We put the AMS in the inductor on the sprayer, and then there's this agglomeration of fittings and pipes. And I don't normally run this trailer, so. And Randy mixed this all up for me for the first load, so big bumblebee. All right, I think we got all of our chemistry in. Now we're just blasting water in, going for 1920. I missed my Demco trailer. This works, it's just not nearly as, it don't flow nearly as well. Fill time takes a lot more time, but it works. The problem is when you got so many different chemistries that you gotta use. Blow out the line.
We need 5 more gallons.
Is it empty?
Feels like it's empty.
Well, we gotta give you some more. So this is one of the black turtle bean fields here across the road. He's gonna be over there. These are looking really nice. They're really doing good. Dougal planted this. This is actually the field that row was having so much issues with, and now you can see here we're missing a row because the clutch was failing. But we did fix that shortly into the main passes, so the headlands are missing a row periodically. But these little guys are really growing well. Like right there, you can see it missing a row, but then it started planting for a ways down there. Then it quit again. Since I'm here, I'm looking at them. The beans themselves look like at the stage they should be sprayed, but I don't see weed pressure. Like they're coming. Like look at that little guy there. They're coming, but I want them a little bigger than that. And in case any of their buddies decide to show up to the party. No need to spray this black turtle bean field yet. Here's another good case of started planting, quit planting, started planting, quit planting, and then planted the rest of the pass with no problem. And that's why he was having such a hard time like diagnosing the issue, because it would say it wasn't planting, you get out and dig, then it was planting, and yeah. So this is a trailer that a lot of people stop and look at, not for how fancy or nice it is, just because there's a lot going on. And the reason being, when we built this trailer, it's stainless steel trailer, we love it for 28% when we're doing pre-emerge. But when we built it, all we needed was like 2 products, like a water conditioning product and Roundup. So all we needed was this tank and the one on the other side and 1 inductor. And then as Roundup quit working or getting Roundup resistant weeds, and you started having to use all these other different products, and we needed more tanks and needed more inductors and a back rack to carry a tote and a cone on the back. So then that all got built, and then added 2 more inductors here. And it is fairly nice for a lot of its gravity flow, not very many pumps, only 2 pumps. And it works good, but there's just, you know, if I was to have someone that wasn't involved in building it start using it, they'd be very overwhelmed. Let's just say the new trailer, I kind of, when we were building that and kind of deciding what we wanted with it, a lot of it was redesigned from mistakes that we did with this. Not that they're mistakes, it's just maybe could have been done a little differently. Right down to the fact that all your mixing area is right here, but the pump and the valve to supply water to the pump is on the other side. And to induct your products in, you have to choke the tank down. So then you walk around the trailer, adjust the throttle, adjust that valve, walk back over here, start inducting. Now you're done inducting, gotta walk around the trailer, open the valve, rev up the engine, or whatever. It's just the little things like that. Kind of like the fact that you gotta carry your AMS on the fenders. Not the best. Alright, I loaded him up one more time, and that should be enough for him for the rest of the day of what he needs to spray. He, I guess, had 200 acres there, and then he's just got to do a little 12-acre field. And then we should be kind of caught up, comfortable where we're sitting on soybeans for now. And the gravel pile continues to grow. Johnny's been hauling gravel, and Steve was doing a little bit, but now he's back trucking the rest of the corn we have on the yard out, hopefully this week. And that, it's hard to judge like how much you really need, but I'm thinking we're getting kind of close. And the digging process will be starting, well, soon. Filling. There's no sight gauge on it, so you get to sit up here and watch it fill. And that water is really nice and cold. And it is really humid. It'd be beautiful to go bobbing in there. And she's full. You ready for your favorite part to start?
Oh, I've got so many thoughts going through my head. I don't mind digging them the hole, but I am really in fear of the amount of water that's down there.
It is not that bad of work. It's just, it could really be water table issues this year. It might bring a whole new challenge of struggle.
When we get down 4 feet, it's going to get to be
Wet.
slop.
Yeah. So what we have to do, we are building another bend like this one and this one, same roundness, a little taller, but we have to measure, I think, 10 feet apart, a lot like that gap this way. It's going to be sitting right here to the east of this bend. So we have to measure 10 feet away, mark it, find the center, guesstimation, and then it's, I believe, 60-foot round bend. We got to go 80-foot round hole. 10 feet on all sides of the grain bend need to be excavated out. 8 feet. We might have to go deeper this year because the bend is taller, so they want a good footing underneath it. Ah, that truck sounds nice. You look like a professional.
I don't know. Do we care about the center of the bend?
Well, you gotta measure roundness, so yeah, I suppose.
Well,
Is that the center? Right here?
I hate to be that flag.
Why?
Well, see all the trucks that have been driving here?
It's hard, it don't go in the
I
ground.
don't think you need to know.
So, from this pink flag here, that's estimated to be edge of steel. There's where we have to excavate to. That much bigger the whole way around. I forget how big this actually gets to be.
Now, do they know you have to dig the hole 10 feet bigger than your bend?
Yeah.
So a 60-foot bend and
80.
80-foot hole. Thus, the size of the pile. Everybody's wondering, what in the world do you need all that fill for?
Well, it's not that so there's multiple layers. So you gotta get the black dirt off, then you hit clay, and you dig, I don't know what, 4 feet of the clay is decent, and then we hit this sloppy layer, and then there's like 3 or 4 feet of the slop, and then you hit good clay again, and that's where we gotta stop at, which is why we have to excavate all this out.
Here. Where's the north side of the bend?
Right there.
Oh, goodness. Well, do we care?
What?
I have never seen a chipmunk in my life at the farm, and I just watched one run. What's he gonna do to the dryer? Oh man, it never ends.
Are you tracking your friend?
He's been here.
Apparently, they eat the sweet part of the corn kernel.
Just like the mice, they will eat the germ. Does everybody know that the animals only, the rodents, they only go for the germ? Now look at this, nice and close. They'll eat the germ out.
Huh? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. No, the bigger animals, they eat the whole kernel, but but the little guys, they just take what they get. Look at the raccoon prints too. The whole place is going.
We're being inundated by wildlife. Well, there it is. There's our close enough, I think, circle here. Obviously, this has been dug out 10 feet past, so we probably won't have to. Don't want to get too close. Like, you got to get to it, but not. Yeah, we don't want it to undermine anything here. And our original idea here was to dig this all out, so that if 1 year, 5 year, 20 years, we want to build another one, dirt work's all done. But we've pretty much given up on that idea because of what we think we're going to see for mush.
This is a lot of work, and if you never ever do put another bend up, that's going to be too much work to go through to. So we'll just
and
do
struggling with the mucky conditions,
Right.
potentially. So we also have to reroute our driveway around this grain bin.
I'm against that.
Why?
Because now the
most
original
used driveway we have.
But the original driveway, the good driveway, is right over there. Why would we need another driveway right next to that driveway?
To make this massive field even more difficult to work on.
Well, I'm gonna kind of hold my ground on this here, and I don't think we need a driveway.
Well, it'll make it nicer for this side draw that we never use. So we're actually looking here, which is nothing we can really do right now, but this is how we're reclaiming. This was a part of the plan when we built this one, like how do you get the grain back? It's not really how you get the grain to it, because you can always go up high with a double run, like how all these are connected. But we're gonna have a drag conveyor. This is about center, would you say? Yeah, there's the center pin. Drag conveyor is gonna be right about here. So we're gonna have to also pour a cement pad for that to sit on at some point after the dirt work's done, and probably after the bin is up.
Yeah, and load auger's gonna be in the corner of the bin, right?
Yeah, it maybe ain't in the center,
So
because we're trying to engineer this so that when you need to, if you need to pull and unload, which we've experienced before, we want to be able to pull it out and not run into a structure. So if you went straight out the side and had another bend there in the future, you're gonna ram into it within 10 feet and that won't work. So there's a lot of forward thinking that goes into this.
Yeah.
It'll also shorten up the drag conveyor here also, so we can.
We got our underground, if anybody's wondering, with the confusion of the red flag and the pink flags, that underground electricity for this last bend that we built is the red flag. And I would think that's, they can pull more wires in that one.
The big conduit, I would hope so.
To energize the conveyor, hopefully.
Hopefully. How long do you think it's going to take once you adjust this gate? Like open, close,
It'll be a minute.
unloading it, and it's got to go there, there, up.
It's going to be a while.
You'll have everything plugged.
What do you think that chipmunk's doing right now over there?
Well, there's the Apache where that thing's got black bean spray in it, and then both top air sprayers have one in soybeans, one in corn, so it's working out pretty nice. Just jump in a different unit and go spray. But I'm coming down here to help with the first mix. Jordan has not mixed for edible beans, and I just want to make sure we don't have any cross-contamination since he is also loading Eric with spray for the corn. So yeah, I'll just double check, make sure we get everything done right. The guy that stole the good trailer and my job, doing work. So this is actually our second batch, so last batch, and then you're back to Eric.
Yep.
Okay, we did rinse that out, so got it really good and clean. Did a manifold flush, so all chemical is cleaned out into the sprayer, so that this trailer is ready to go back to Eric and load him up with corn. How's it going?
Good.
Getting her done?
I think so.
All right, go get Eric.
I will.
Jocko! What are you doing? Got so excited that you...
Is that tire low?
You hit the wrong switch, huh?
Wrong switch again. This truck and its switches are not being labeled. Although it was my fault. My big long arm, I thought, well, I don't have to crawl up in there. I can just reach up in there
To raise the pusher axle?
to raise the pusher axe because there's a big leak here. I don't know where it's coming from. I tried to find it. Why am I missing one of these again? And I reached in there and
Hit the belly dump
hit
switch.
the spare switch. And I don't know why I always think the pusher axe is the spare.
The last time this happened,
Don't even say. Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
A quarter of a mile from the pit, and he dumped it on the highway and had to call the loader operator from the pit and scrape it up off the road. It was a humbling experience, I heard. So I'm gonna have to get the skid loader and clean this up. No harm, no foul. All this gravel in this zone here has to be kind of scraped off so that we can get to the black dirt underneath. Yes, sir. She didn't really want to clam shut. Ooh, there's gonna be a lot. You gonna dump? There we go. There's where it's supposed to be dumped. Oh, what a little load he got that time. That's half of it. All right. I got something to do now.
Jordan's back. He took a week off. He was sick of us. Actually, it was supposed to rain like 4 inches and it never did. And he wanted to go home because he had a wedding, not his, some other wedding. Him and I can't get married yet. We're trying though. Today is our last day of corn. Post-emerge spraying if all goes well, and I've already... That's water out of the tank because I opened both of them, and then it gravity feeds from that one and overfills this one and comes onto the ground because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to sit in the tractor and let him mix me up. I can look out in the field though, and it's rather close to canopy, so we are pushing this spraying as late as possible, partly because of weather, partly because the spots that had to be replanted are so far behind. We want to try to spray them as late as possible so that hopefully the weeds that do try to grow from now till they canopy have less of a chance of doing that. You got her from here?
Yep. You're spilling water already.
Yeah, I showed them the mess I made. So what are we spraying? We've got Roundup. This is a Callisto and atrazine field, and then our AMS, that's the Callisto that he's dumping in. Then we add in Hydrate. That's not a Hydrate jug, but the Hydrate's in here.
You're doing so good.
I retired my Sunday shirt.
Good morning. Are you guys ready to go on a road trip with me? Good morning, guys. Welcome to Southwest Iowa. The corn is looking extremely well this year with the amount of rain that we've had. If I added it up right, I think we're right at the 15-inch range since April, I do believe. So I'm just out looking at a couple of fields, checking things out at home. So I'm going to go to a couple more fields here and kind of show you guys how the crops look down here. It's wet. The beans look very well too. They are flowering though. June 20th. I think they would be a lot taller, but I think a lot of people were scared with how dry we were this spring when people started planting. People were scared to not plant into moisture. So I think they went like this deep, some people, to get into moisture, and then it rained a bunch. So that's a little bit of the reason why they are probably a little shorter, because people planted them a lot deeper. There is some field debris. Huh. Must be from a tornado that happened this spring. The forbidden weeds. Well, we'll go exploring some more here. It's humid. It's very humid down here. It's a lot different than Minnesota. I should be used to it down here, but it's getting the best of me. Welcome to the Goat Knobs of Harrison County. That's a lot steeper than it looks. Good morning. I'm headed back to Minnesota, or attempting to. And the interstate's closed because of the flooding from all the rain this week. I think they said Worthington, Minnesota got 17 inches of rain this week. Places in Iowa are flooding, Spencer, Rock Valley. It's not good. It's not good.
Well guys, that's all I had for you. I hope you enjoyed Jordan's little road trip. He sent me a Snapchat that he had a camera, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, well, you'll see." So it sounds like a busy day tomorrow again. Spraying and maybe starting to dig the hole. So
Now it rains.
and then it's not gonna rain the rest of the summer. And I wouldn't even be sad about that. Well, I might be a little sad when the roots that are so sitting in a circle like this, because it's so saturated, and that zone dries out and then the corn dies. It'd be worse than last year.
That's true.
All right, that's it. We'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.